Hey guys, and welcome to another First Impressions video, the video game series in which we look at a soon-to-be released game and I give you my first thoughts and impressions on it. Today we're looking at Itorah, which is a side-scrolling platformer, and this is a demo version, which means that the final version will hopefully be a little bit different to this. As always, we'll look at the options first, and I'll go straight into the game and show you what it's like to play and give you my first thoughts and impressions on it. So without further ado, let's jump straight into those options. Alright, so the options then. There are a couple of things that are worth noting. The first is that there is no mouse support at all. This means that you can only use your arrow keys to move between options, which isn't really ideal. Again, there's a lot of things that I'm hoping with the demo that actually when it comes out on full release they will have changed. You've got your language, you've got input, and there is keybinds, although the keybinds don't work properly. They don't actually rebind when you set them, especially with the gamepad, which I'm really hoping they change, because this game would work fantastically with a gamepad. And then I tried rebinding the keys for moving and stuff on the keyboard, and it kept telling me that there were duplicates within the action. So it was just basically saying that one key was doing multiple actions, and it wouldn't let me save over it, even though I looked back and I hadn't actually chosen a duplicate at all. So it's very buggy and doesn't actually let you rebind. This is a crying shame because the default options for keybinds are utterly horrendous. Then all you've got for display is literally the output, the resolution, and the full screen. There are no other graphic options at all, and whilst this is just a 2D side-scrolling platformer, it could be better. It could be doing with having some options there just to allow for greater fidelity and just a better viewing experience. And then you've got your audio settings. Now, what I can say is that the soundtrack on this game is absolutely phenomenal. It's really nice. It blends well with the game. It goes with the theme. There are some weird sort of sound voice acting bits, but they're more grunts than actual voice acting itself. And I'm glad to see that they don't actually knock the voices and the music all the way up by default, which is something that I wish more games would include. Overall, I'm very impressed with the menu of what it proceeds to have, but there could be improvements later on down the line. Let's jump into the gameplay and I will let you know what I think there as well. Alright, as you can see, we're in the game. So the way it works is you've got to go to a bonfire in order to be able to save your progress, which is pretty standard for a lot of games these days. And as you can see, we're in a tropical sort of outlook, if you like. It's very pretty. The game is stunning. The art style is really nice. The animations are very smooth. However, the controls let this game down a lot. You move with your arrow keys by default, and then you attack with S key. You dodge with A key, you jump with D key, and you can double jump as well, and then you save with W key. You can see the map with tab, and that's pretty much it. You can run with shift if you so desire, but the problem is that moving with your arrow keys and then hitting with your S key is just awkward. And the amount of times that I've missed a jump, or I have, missed the chance to attack an enemy, is countless. The jump puzzles are hell as a result, because you've got to jump whilst moving in a certain direction, then you've got to double jump as well. It's just not a very well thought out sort of scheme, and the fact that you can't use your gamepad yet, or you can't rebind your keys, is really letting this game down and stopping my enjoyment of it. It's something that I'm hoping, again with this being a demo, that they will change upon full release, because it's a game I want to enjoy. It's a game that looks incredible. The story seems pretty standard. There doesn't seem to be anything amazing with it, but it looks so good and it plays so smooth that the controls really are letting it down and stopping my enjoyment of the game. And I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know whether to just put it down to a demo, it'll be ready on full release, or whether to sort of give it a scathing review, because at the minute it's not unplayable, but it's not enjoyable either. I keep falling off edges because I'm not hitting jump key, and the enemies are all jumping enemies as well. I've noticed this. There's only a few ground enemies, but there's tons of these flying bug things which just get in the way, and whilst you can just jump by them, you need to kill enemies in order to get gems, and then you spend your gems on power-ups and things. You can also find things around the world, and there are various other power-ups that you can get if you find shrines. There's a lot to do in the game, and on the demo there is actually a lot that has been sort of put behind a wall that's not available yet, which is fine. The enemy types are sort of lackluster. There's only been 3 that I've seen so far, and if you get to certain points you can heal as well. Overall, I'm excited to see what they do on full release, but they're going to have to include controller and or proper keybinds that work and aren't buggy, because I can't see many people playing this and wanting to play it in its current state. You know, I can't see people wanting to deal with the absolute hassle of a really badly designed controller setup. It's not fun. It's not a enjoyable time, and it kind of makes it very, instead of being a smooth transition from jumping to moving, it's very janky, it's very clunky, and it's just not a smooth feel overall. But there you have it, guys. That is my first impressions of the game. It comes out on the 21st of this month, so in a few days' time. Please let me know in those comments down below what you think, whether you agree or disagree, or whether you would be able to use these controls, or whether you would prefer to rebind them or use a gamepad. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I hope to see you all next time. Ciao, ciao.